Have you ever thought about how many PlayStation 5 and Xbox consoles quietly die every year? Not because they were old, but because they were poorly maintained? In the United States alone, millions of gamers spend hundreds of dollars on their consoles. A PlayStation 5 can cost $500 or more depending on the model. Xbox Series X sits in the same price range. And yet, a surprising number of these systems start overheating, slowing down, or even shutting down within just a few years. But here is the strange part. Most of those failures are completely preventable. Dust buildup, poor ventilation, software neglect, power mistakes, storage overload. These small issues slowly damage your console until one day the system you rely on for gaming nights, streaming movies, or connecting with friends suddenly refuses to cooperate. Today on TechVibes, we are going to break down exactly how to maintain your PS5 or Xbox for long-term use, not just basic cleaning advice. We are talking about real strategies that extend your console's lifespan by years. By the end of this video, you will know how to protect your system, prevent overheating, avoid performance issues, and keep your console running smoothly well into the next generation of gaming. And trust me, some of these mistakes are happening in thousands of American homes right now without people even realizing it. Gaming in the United States has exploded over the past decade. According to recent industry reports, more than 200 million Americans play video games in some form. Consoles remain a huge part of that ecosystem. PlayStation and Xbox are not just gaming devices anymore. They are entertainment hubs. People use them to watch streaming services, chat with friends, join multiplayer communities, and sometimes even replace traditional cable television. But that increased usage creates a new problem. These consoles are running almost constantly. Some households leave them in rest mode 24 hours a day. Others run them for long gaming sessions that stretch into the night. And because these devices are powerful computers packed into compact shells, heat and dust become serious long-term enemies. Across the United States, repair shops report that overheating is one of the most common reasons consoles fail. Cooling systems become clogged. Fans struggle to circulate air. Internal components begin to degrade. And when something goes wrong outside of warranty, repairs can cost a lot. Replacing a cooling fan or internal component may cost more than $100. In severe cases, the repair price can approach the cost of a brand new console. That is why proper maintenance is becoming more important than ever. Gamers are holding on to their systems longer. The current console generation is expected to last many years. With game sizes increasing and hardware becoming more complex, keeping your console healthy is no longer optional. It is essential. So before we talk about maintenance techniques, let's quickly understand what these machines actually are. Your PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series console is essentially a powerful gaming computer. Inside the system is a central processor, a graphics processor, high-speed memory, and advanced storage technology. When you start a game, the console's CPU processes game logic while the GPU renders detailed graphics in real time. The system is performing billions of calculations every second. All of that processing creates heat, a lot of heat. To control this, both Sony and Microsoft designed advanced cooling systems. Inside the console, fans pull air through internal vents. Heat sinks absorb thermal energy from the processors. Warm air is then pushed out through exhaust vents. If that airflow becomes blocked, temperatures rise quickly. And when temperatures rise, performance begins to suffer. This is why your console may suddenly sound louder during intense gaming sessions. The fan speeds increase to compensate for higher heat levels. But if dust accumulates or airflow is restricted, the cooling system cannot work efficiently. This is where long-term maintenance becomes critical. And here is something many people do not realize. Your living room environment plays a huge role in console health. Homes in different parts of the United States experience different environmental challenges. In dusty regions, airborne particles settle inside electronics quickly. In humid climates, moisture can affect internal components over time. Even carpet fibers can slowly make their way into air vents. This means console care is not just about the device itself. It is also about where and how you place it. Now, this is where things start getting serious. One of the biggest hidden threats to consoles is airflow restriction. Many gamers place their systems inside enclosed entertainment cabinets. The console might look neat and organized, but the surrounding space traps heat. Instead of cool air circulating freely, warm air gets recycled inside the cabinet. Over time, internal temperatures increase dramatically. That heat stress slowly damages components. Fans run harder. Thermal paste degrades faster. Internal circuits experience higher electrical stress. This is why manufacturers recommend leaving several inches of open space around your console. Air needs room to move. Another issue that appears frequently is dust accumulation. Dust might seem harmless, but inside a console, it becomes a major problem. When dust collects on fan blades and heat sinks, it acts like insulation. Heat becomes trapped instead of being dissipated. Over months or years, that buildup reduces cooling efficiency. Eventually, the console struggles to regulate temperature. Some gamers notice this when their console becomes unusually loud. Others experience sudden shutdowns during intense games. But here's the part nobody talks about enough. Rest mode can also affect long-term health. Rest mode is convenient. It allows downloads to continue and lets players resume games quickly. However, the system still generates heat while in this state. If the console remains in rest mode constantly without occasional full shutdowns, heat cycles continue around the clock. Periodic full shutdowns allow internal components to cool completely. It is similar to how computers benefit from restarting occasionally. Now let's talk about another overlooked factor: power stability. In many American homes, consoles are plugged directly into wall outlets or power strips without surge protection. During storms or electrical fluctuations, sudden voltage spikes can damage internal power supplies. Using a quality surge protector provides an extra layer of protection. It may not seem important until a lightning storm hits your neighborhood, and this leads to something many gamers ignore until it is too late: software maintenance. Modern consoles rely heavily on system updates. These updates improve performance, patch security vulnerabilities, and optimize how games run. Ignoring updates can create compatibility issues and software glitches. Occasionally, restarting the console after updates ensures the system fully applies changes. But there is another growing issue tied to storage. Game sizes have exploded. Many modern titles exceed 100 gigabytes. As consoles fill up with games, storage drives become crowded. When internal storage is almost full, system performance may slow slightly due to file management processes. Deleting unused games or moving them to external storage keeps the system running efficiently. And this brings us to something interesting. External storage solutions are becoming more popular among American gamers. Instead of constantly deleting games, players are using high-speed expansion drives. These drives reduce wear on internal storage and provide additional space. However, poor quality external drives can sometimes create connection issues. Using reliable storage devices designed for consoles is the safest approach. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Console maintenance is not just about preventing failure. It also protects your investment. Think about it. A console is not just a piece of hardware. It holds your game library, saved progress, online accounts, and digital purchases. If the system fails unexpectedly, recovering that data can be stressful. Cloud saves help, but they do not protect everything. Maintaining your console ensures stability and peace of mind. But like any technology, there are debates around how much maintenance is really necessary. Some gamers believe consoles are designed to be maintenance-free. They argue that modern systems are built to handle dust and heat automatically. Others believe regular cleaning and careful placement are essential. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Consoles are engineered with durability in mind, but environmental conditions and usage patterns vary widely across households. A system used casually for a few hours each week will experience less stress than one running daily for long sessions. This means maintenance needs differ for each user. The benefits of proper care are clear: better cooling, quieter operation, longer lifespan, reduced risk of hardware failure. But there are also risks if maintenance is done incorrectly. For example, opening a console improperly can void warranties or damage delicate components. Using compressed air incorrectly may push dust deeper inside the system instead of removing it. Cleaning should be done carefully and according to manufacturer recommendations. And there is one more factor worth discussing: pets. In many American homes, cats and dogs share living spaces with electronics. Pet hair can quickly accumulate around console vents and fans. Over time, that hair mixes with dust and forms dense clumps inside air passages. Regularly checking vents and cleaning surrounding areas helps prevent this issue. So what does the future of console maintenance look like? As gaming hardware becomes more advanced, cooling systems are evolving. Future consoles may include improved airflow designs, self-cleaning fan systems, or smarter thermal management software. There's also growing interest in modular console components that are easier to maintain or replace. By the end of this decade, we may see gaming systems designed with long-term sustainability in mind. But even with technological improvements, basic maintenance habits will remain important. Clean environments, proper airflow, responsible usage, those principles will always matter. And that leads us to the most practical part of this conversation. What should you actually do to maintain your console? For students, especially those living in dorm rooms or shared apartments, space is often limited. Avoid placing consoles in cramped shelves, keep them elevated, and allow room for airflow. For working professionals who use their consoles for both gaming and streaming, remember to shut down the system occasionally rather than leaving it running indefinitely. For households with children, ensure consoles are placed in stable locations where vents cannot be blocked by objects or clutter. And for everyday gamers, the simplest advice is often the most effective. Keep your gaming area clean. Check your console vents periodically, install updates, use surge protection, and give your system space to breathe. Small habits like these make a huge difference over time. Your console was designed to deliver years of entertainment, late-night gaming sessions, competitive matches with friends, story-driven adventures that feel almost cinematic. But like any piece of technology, it needs a little care to perform at its best. Take care of your console, and it will take care of your gaming experience. Because the difference between a console that lasts 3 years and one that lasts 8 years often comes down to simple choices. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into gaming technology, make sure you subscribe to TechVibes for more smart breakdowns, tech insights, and future-focused discussions. Also, let me know in the comments, how long have you had your current console? And what steps do you take to keep it running smoothly? Your experience might help someone else protect their system too, and that conversation is exactly what makes the tech community stronger.